Good Monday morning and Happy New Year. Yes, we've got a little different setup because we're going to try to offer you a few more things this year. And we have a whole new topic, one that I'm kind of excited about and kind of not excited about. Teaching teaches a teacher, and you're also held accountable for what you know. But last year we did Genesis, and this year it's all about our words. You excited yet? But what we're going to talk about is both the power and the players. Oh, the power that our words hold. And oh, the beauty of which the gift and creative force of words was given. So this week, I wanted to start with James 3, verse 1. And it says, "Dear brothers and sisters, not many of you should become teachers in the church, for we who teach will be judged more strictly. Indeed, we all make many mistakes, for if we could control our tongues, we would be perfect and could also control ourselves in every other way." Now, before you disqualify yourself because you're not a teacher in the church, in Matthew Henry's commentary, he actually says it's those who profess religion. So I would dare say that all of us who profess with this instrument to be followers of Jesus Christ are held accountable on a greater level for the words that come out of this instrument. And then he goes on to say, we can make a large horse go wherever we want it to by means of a small bit in its mouth. And that's true. Think about that. And a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses to go, even though the winds are strong. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches. A few years back, I watched a television show on how they made a Disney ship, and I was stunned at how small the two rudders were. These two small rudders turned this massive ship filled with over 1,000 people, all determined the course by this little small rudder. But a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire, and that's how every fire begins, even the massive wildfires out in California today. And the tongue is a flame of fire. It is a whole world of wickedness corrupting your entire body. It can set your whole life on fire, for it is set on fire by hell itself. People can tame all kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and fish, but no one can tame the tongue. It is restless and evil, full of deadly poison. Sometimes it praises our Lord and Father, and sometimes it curses those who have been made in the very image of God. And don't we know that this is true in our own stories? There can be one moment that our words are full of life, and one moment they're full of unbelief and doubt and pessimism, and they're critical. And so blessing and cursing come pouring out of the same mouth. Surely, my brothers and sisters, this is not right. Surely, does a spring of water bubble out with both fresh water and bitter water? Does a fig tree produce olives or a grapevine produce figs? No, and you can't draw fresh water from a faulty spring. So Denise, what do we do? How do we ever control this thing that James says isn't even controllable? That we can control ourselves in every other way, but we can't control the words of our mouth. Well, Jesus can change all of that. Luke 6:45 says it this way, "A good man brings good things out of the good stored up in his heart. And an evil man brings evil things out of the evil stored up in his heart. For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of." So, I ask you this question, what kind of fire are your words creating? Are you setting things to destruction? Or are you setting things ablaze? Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So I'm going to challenge you in this next season to really pay attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth, because what they will reveal to us is what is in the depths of our heart. And I have learned that when I saturate my heart with the word of the Lord, with worship music that brings life, with conversations that bring life, that there is life coming out of me. But if I am not putting the things that are good and holy and honest and just and of good report, that if there be any virtue or any praise, think on these things, if that is not what I'm putting in, then what I put in comes out. So what is coming out of your heart? Because it is coming out of your mouth. My friends, it's going to be a fun season. I'm not saying it'll be easy, but what I can tell you is if you're willing to take the journey, this instrument is going to start producing some beautiful and life-giving